Hi, my name is Matt Langford, and I am a graduate student at Morningside College. I currently teach at Scava Alternative High School, which is part of the Des Moines Public Schools. I did my research at the West Des Moines School District in a Four Oaks classroom where I've taught for the last 7 years. The title of my presentation and my research proposal was Soft Skills Training on High School Students and Their Impact on Gainful Employment. The problem statement for me is that I have felt for the last several last years that high school students are not adequately prepared for the workforce. That there's a lot of data out there that shows that employers are not happy with the candidates that they are receiving, and that soft skills training is something that they are looking for, something that they are expecting, but something that they're not seeing right now with our high school graduates. The impact of the problem is pretty simple. If students can't maintain long-term employment, then it's going to be really difficult to have the quality of life that they want, to find financial independence that they need. Also, it'll lead to additional government assistance that will be required, higher incarceration rates, less civic involvement. There's a lot of negative trickle down here, not to mention poor physical health, mental health, emotional stability, and of course employment opportunities, salary, earnings, all those things. I selected this topic because I observed the negative impact on students that are ill prepared for success on a daily basis, specifically relating to a lack of skill sets necessary for success in the workplace. I see kids every day and they can't keep jobs. They don't understand what they're supposed to do at their job. They don't know how to interact appropriately with supervisors and coworkers, and they struggle with things, which causes them to lose these jobs, and they don't understand, and they go on to the next job, and they repeat the same cycle. So we need to do a better job of getting these kids ready. There is a lot of literature out there to support the fact that high school graduates are disadvantaged by not being prepared, not having these soft skill sets when they leave high school. It spills into unemployment rates, causes much higher rates for those that don't attend college, for graduates that don't go on to college, but also those that drop out. There's some even larger hurdles that those students have to try to overcome. Not to mention a lower annual income rate. So there's a lot of reasons why we should be trying to help these kids. I think the most important thing as it relates to soft skills is that soft skills can be learned, that these are not things that you're born with, that developing these traits can help you overcome some of the socioeconomic factors and maybe the hereditary issues that you don't have control over, but your ability to build up these deficient areas and bolster your appeal to potential employers is there and can be done through soft skills. There is a couple of programs that I've tried to incorporate. As far as I found evidence that there are similar programs that do provide some similar skill building and things like that. I think the PAS program, which is Promoting Alternative Thinking Strategies, does that, and it shows significant improvement in elementary school age students grades 1 through 3 relating to reducing aggression, improving peer interaction, improving academic performance, improving pro-social behavior, and really that strategy, that program has done a very nice job with getting some kids better equipped, but only at the elementary school level. And then there's the Year Up program that focuses on helping students that are ages 18 through 24. They are required to have a high school diploma. They are required to have at least an equivalency of a high school diploma. And so there's another hurdle for some kids who may not make it that far to begin with. But they, again, focus on training individuals in non-cognitive soft skill areas to help them be more appealing to potential employers, so that when they receive those jobs, that they can thrive in those positions and not have to bounce from job to job. The theoretical framework that I utilized was discovery learning as well as constructivism. Both require individuals to take what they already know and seek out knowledge and evidence to answer questions that need to be answered. Some of the benefits are independence, autonomy, responsibility, motivation. It helps develop creativity and problem solving. And so both of these worked well together and provided a great framework for my intervention. The gap in research, just there isn't much out there right now to support with data the soft skills intervention at the high school level. There are some similar programs that I've already talked about. The PATH program targeted at elementary age students, grades 1 through 3, and then the Year Up program, which is a post-high school situation, 18 through 24, and does require a high school diploma. So I think if we had more interventions, more ways to help students that are currently in high school and get them ready for employment, I think they would benefit everyone, as we'll talk about later. The purpose of this quantitative study, was to evaluate the impact of soft skills training on high school students' self-perception of positive character traits necessary for gainful employment. I think it's so important that when kids leave high school, that they are ready for the expectations and success that they want and expect out in an independent world, which includes the work world. And if they don't have all the tools they need, it's going to be hard for them to find the success that they want to have and the success that we hope that they have. I used a pre-test, post-test, non-equivalent control group research design for this study. That was a result of the intervention that I was proposing, as well as some collaboration with my instructor in the 697 class, and we came up with the pre-test, post-test, non-equivalent control group research design, and that's what I utilized. There's the other information there as it relates to the demographics of the two groups that I utilized in the study, the control group as well as the experimental group. Materials, the two big things as far as materials were the aggression replacement training, the ART curriculum, and also the soft skills training. The soft skills training was used only with the experimental group, but the ART was used with both groups. I included the validity and reliability measures for the Washington risk assessment, which was one of the 3 assessments measures that I used, the character growth assessment, the Washington risk assessment, and then grade point average for students to establish baseline for both the control group and the experimental group. Procedure, 2 classrooms, separate school districts. The data was taken in the spring semester of the 2017-2018 school year. Students range from 9th grade to 12th grade in those programs. 60 minutes a day, 30 minutes of ART, 30 minutes of soft skills training for the experimental group, 60 minutes of ART curriculum for the control group. And the intervention did last 9 weeks. 6 independent sample t-tests were utilized to compare the control group and experimental group on the character growth assessment, Washington risk assessment, grade point average. You'll see here that this is the independent samples t-test results, that the p-value was much higher than the alpha level of 0.05 that we were looking for. And so there's initial scores and then 9-week scores there for all three assessments. The mean scores are located on these charts. These graphs shows the experimental group, baseline, pre-test and post-test, and then the control group pre-test and post-test as well. The pre-test is the light gray, and the post-test results are the dark gray. Findings do not support the hypothesis that using soft skills for success increased the assessment. The soft skills for success curriculum is not responsible for the improvement in student post-test scores based on the p-value results. So the results confirm the null hypothesis. The intervention was not supported by the data. We've already talked about connections to past research. Here again is some information about the paths and how the paths intervention was very similar to the soft skills intervention, and if some corrections are made. I think that the soft skills intervention will show similar positive results to the paths intervention. Europe program, again, it serves students or individuals that are 18 to 24. It had great results. The soft skills intervention has a lot of those same aspects of the Europe program, and the difference would be the target age for individuals completing each program. Both strategies strive to improve job skills, employment opportunities, and quality of life for the individuals who successfully complete each program. We've talked a little bit already about how it relates back to the discovery learning as well as the constructivism. The discovery learning approach should be implemented along with changes to the research proposal to determine if the intervention could be viable. And the same thing is true for the constructivism approach. It should be implemented along with changes to the research proposal to determine if the intervention could be viable. Implications for students. So, implications for students covers a wide range of things. Maintaining employment will increase in difficulty without addressing the gap between employer expectations and high school graduation requirements. I think that students need transferable skills that will benefit them in the workplace, and they can learn those skills while they're attending high school. A large percentage of employers just feel that the K-12 system, specifically high schools, need to make some changes in order to better prepare students for what employers want them to do. For administrators and teachers, I think that courses in high school need to incorporate and cultivate the skills necessary for success when students enter their chosen field of employment. I think that it's important to remember that not all students are going to go on to college, that a large portion of our students, when they graduate high school, are just going to go directly into the workforce. And so we need to better prepare them for the workforce and not expect higher education to do that job, because not everybody goes on to that. I think another thing it's important to think about is that public schools are going to lose students and funding to options such as charter schools if students and their families feel unprepared by curriculum offered. So I think we need to make those adjustments to curriculum and subject matter across all grades and topics. Implications for parents. I think it's very important that parents understand that it's very simple. If your kids don't have the skills necessary to keep a job, they're going to be living with you a whole lot longer, and I don't think parents want that. So, limitations and suggestions. The time frame was an issue. I would span that out to cover a semester, maybe two, breaking up the curriculum into longer periods of time so that more of it sinks in. I think sample size was also an issue. I would eliminate the 9th and 10th graders from the sample size, and I would do 11th and 12th graders who have a better maturity and content understanding of what needs to be done. There's an ART issue as well, and there are my resources. Thank you.